All right, good afternoon, everyone, or actually, I guess it's good evening. My name is Benjamin, and we are almost done with our swing state overviews. And today we are talking about Virginia. And I actually live in this state, and all I'm going to say is I live in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and generally speaking, in the southwest portion of the state. And I've highlighted a few areas, specifically Loudoun, Prince William County, as well as Virginia Beach. Now, the reason why I've highlighted these three areas is because they are going to be the important areas, the determining factors, the deciding factors for the state, or I guess the Commonwealth, because Virginia is technically a commonwealth, but whatever. Um. Oh, so of course, Loudoun and Prince William are part of Nova, and I'm going to go ahead and actually zoom in on Nova. So there's quite a few things to know about Virginia. Not only do we have counties, but we have what's known as independent cities. Basically, it's a designation. An independent city basically has the same power as a county, except I think they have a few. They can have different policies in the county they otherwise would be in. For example, I'm trying to remember. I believe this one is Alexandria. This by the way is Fairfax County. This is Fairfax. This is Falls Church. One of these two is Alexandria, and I forget what the other one is. This is Manassas. This is Manassas Park. But if I remember correctly, that one's Winchester. This is Richmond. Petersburg is one of these three. There are a few independent cities that are actually Republican leaning. This is City of Williamsburg. This is James City County, York County. We go west. This is Albemarle County, and this is Charlottesville. And we go over to here. This is Salem. This is Roanoke. This is Danville. I'm trying to remember which that one is. This is Galax, if I remember correctly. Also, this blue county, right? This is Roanoke, yeah. So this blue county is, of course, Montgomery County. And Virginia Tech is actually in this one. Right next to it is Pulaski County, even though it's named after a person who never said his name like that. Bristol is right here, and of course you got a lot of really low populated counties over in this area. That's just normal, I suppose. Is that a lot of these counties don't have a ton of population. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about Virginia. Virginia was surprisingly close, in my opinion, in 2016, considering that Clinton, number one, had a former governor of Virginia and an incumbent senator from Virginia as her vice presidential nominee. In addition, you had Donald Trump, who's just not a good fit for the Commonwealth of Virginia. He really isn't. Virginians like someone with a little more tact, a little more composure. And when I say that, I mean that in more of the... They want someone with manners, so to speak. And Trump doesn't really have those at all. Now, it's not to say that in the very rural and red parts of the state, Trump didn't win a ton of votes. He absolutely did. And the key for him in this state is going to be trying to run up the margins even more in these rural red counties and some of these more Republican stronghold cities like Bristol and Salem, and a few of the others. Whereas Biden is going to need to hold, and Trump should also try to be competitive in Loudoun County as well as Prince William County. He also needs to hold Virginia Beach, which is a known Republican stronghold, or at least it was at one point. Biden's keys are going to be run up the margins in Nova and try to make the gap as wide as possible in Prince William and Loudoun County, as well as maybe pick off college-educated white voters in cities like, say, Salem, and some of the other suburbs that are a little more red and a little bit more in keeping with the South and the rest of Appalachia. But things are going to be very interesting. We could see a few counties do some really weird things if colleges don't open up, or at least open up with a truncated schedule or all online, which would, or don't allow students back into the dorms. That could make a big difference because in Virginia, students can vote in the county or city that their college is located. So tech students get to vote in Montgomery County. Yeah. And of course, UVA students get to vote in Charlottesville. I think the other big thing is going to be, of course, to look at the Eastern Shore, which this is the Eastern Shore, by the way, is the Accomack Peninsula, which is actually part of the greater Delmarva Peninsula right here. And, of course, lastly, it's going to, truthfully speaking, it's going to come down to Nova. If Trump can be at least moderately competitive there, or even not getting completely blown out in Loudoun and Prince William, it's certainly possible that he could carry Old Dominion. I doubt it. I don't honestly think that it's going to be possible. After all, it is a state that has been trending blue for a while now, and earlier in the year, and with some of the stuff that the state legislature, the state senate, and the governor passed, I thought that there was maybe a chance that a lot of moderate voters who wanted some of the things that the Democrats were promising in their campaigns but didn't want as much gun control as what wound up happening, they would have been pissed enough that they may have considered flipping, but I've kind of moderated my tone a bit on that. It's possible, but given that we're also talking about Donald Trump here, I don't think it's going to reach the top of the ticket, and we may see some pushback in the state level elections next year, but I'm not sure it's going to reach the top of the ticket. And the reason why I say that there may be pushback is because the Democrats, they didn't really campaign on gun control in 2019. And the reason I say that is, number one, it's true. They campaigned on better health care, a better education system, Medicaid, Medicare expansions, stuff like that. And then the first thing they do is they try to push California levels of gun control in Virginia, which is a purple state, not a deep blue state like Maryland or New Jersey or New York or Massachusetts or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But, and also I thought that maybe there would be pushback from some of the scandals regarding state level Democrats, such as the governor, Ralph Northam, as well as Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, and I forget the name of the Attorney General, but he had his own scandal too. And then those were all forgotten basically overnight. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and you can get pretty conspiracy theory heavy when looking at them, but it might not be the best idea to actually do that, if that makes any sense. So, I guess the best way to think about the presidential election with regards to the Commonwealth of Virginia in 2020 is, will the margin look competitive? Yeah, probably. Will it really be competitive? To varying degrees, but not significantly so. But that is especially true given the national advantage Biden has in the polls right now. And again, grain of salt with a lot of this polling data coming out. There's still a lot of time before the election, and there is still, the question regarding why aren't Biden's numbers on average rising with Donald Trump's drop in his polling numbers on average. It does look suspicious to me. So, that's basically everything I would say about that, and to sum it up. And if you like the content, likes, comments, subscriptions, they really do help, and I greatly appreciate them. And join us tomorrow night, or I guess join me tomorrow night around 9 p.m., maybe as early as 8:30, for a live stream where we're going to continue our playthrough. Maybe talk a little bit about history and all that stuff. And, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see y'all next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.